We are live
Good
in the
morning.
YouTube world. Whoever happens to be out there.
Yes,
Good
we are
morning.
grateful for you. Good morning. Good morning. We are um we had just exited eclipse season, so I was just sharing with Paige before we hopped on here that I had literally been feeling like I was like this completely off center. I actually got acupuncture yesterday and said, "Can you just give me a balancing treatment?" Just really need some
Yeah.
balance. So I'm grateful for us to be able to meet today, and to share in our our beautiful goddess chat that we get to do every week.
Mm-hmm.
So, how are you, my darling friend?
I'm doing well. Yeah. Regaining a little balance in my life too. Things fall away. It's not usually even-handed, things fall away. So we end up kind of tipping.
Yep.
Which is fine. It just leaves space for more to come in.
Indeed.
It's all good.
We have an amazing divine feminine goddess to discuss today. So I'm gonna toss the ball to you.
Got it. My Bhago. Yeah, the warrior saint. And I did a little reading up on her because anytime I hear the word warrior in regard to a goddess or the divine feminine, I have to kind of stop, take a pause, and put this into context because we often think of warrior as aggressive and on the attack, very well, kind of masculine in a way, in its action. But my Bhago was just a phenomenal woman in that, and it isn't too long ago. This was in 1705, so not too long ago. She was in a village, basically. She's a Sikh, and she is wanting to defend the Sikh religion and the guru, and there's a group of warriors that are there that all of a sudden decide that when they're being attacked, they're just going to up and go. So she's left there. Is anybody going to do anything about this? Essentially. And she says, I guess it's me, because if my way of being and my devotion to this way of life, to this and the guru they're following, she had to do something. So she just goes around and gathers people, and they have this big battle there. The Sikhs are apparently, they're not, they believe in being on the defensive and not the attack. So they're just there to defend themselves.
To protect.
Right, protect, exactly, protect. And it didn't go, pretty much it was a massacre, shall we say, but she did survive. And because she was so strong in her devotion and her protection, then the guru gave her the job as being his personal bodyguard, and she did that through the years until she didn't, and went into the rest of her life in meditation and devotion and all. But just kind of remember, we were talking about like, how does that apply to us in life here? And I just kind of made me think about the mom whose child is sick and gets this strange diagnosis, or what, like, we don't know what to do or whatever, and you're the mom saying, no, there's something that can be done, and you just rally whatever forces you can find, to do this thing.
And I think you and I have two pretty powerful representations of that in real life. Mine being my sister.
Exactly.
She is a warrioress. I mean, she is ready to do anything because she is so devoted to this child and to her belief of what he is capable of.
Exactly.
And that's what devotion is when you are so convicted in your beliefs that you are willing to do everything, that there is nothing that you wouldn't do to accomplish what you
Right. And you have the power, you have the ability to draw on the resources and the support and everything, that you don't have to do it alone. Yeah. Part of your warrior spirit is being able to gather the troops, shall we say, and let's
those
do
troops,
this thing.
And those troops are going to show up in many different ways. So like, I know for my sister, it shows up in different therapies that she's choosing for him, in a particular program that they have chosen to take this journey with out of Philadelphia. Family members coming in and being of support when, as they're able. These are all the pieces of that story in our present day life, right?
Right.
And I know that you have a similar scenario in your family where things are, there is a passion, right?
Yeah, I kind of losing my train of thought in a way, but what's remarkable to me when I think about these warrior saints is that we, like you say, it's often surprising how this support and how it comes about. And you have a knowing that this can be resolved or figured out, and it's for a higher purpose, and that we trust in the divine to carry it out. We talk about that a lot, and how we know the why, we know the what, but we don't know the how, which is fine, because we just trust in the divine to support us. And that's
well,
really,
and you can bring this down into your life in all the different things that you are putting your heart into, right? So one of the things that I feel is really important to acknowledge here is that she moved with love. So, exactly. It's not this aggressor, attacking kind of warrior. It is a warrior of love. And so that means that every action that is taken is taken from that heart, right?
Right.
And not from this ego mind's, wants or desires. It's about stepping out of the way of your ego's wants and stepping into your heart and saying, okay, what is the next right action? What is the next right step for me to take? And and so that's kind of how, if we bring it into our daily lives, right? If we really observe it, because I can tell you, I know that whenever there was a point in time when I was fighting for my son and what he needed in his educational system, there was times that I was moving from a place that this mind was so trapped in, it has to be this way. And it felt like an upward current, right? Like I'm trying to fight the current. Versus these other times where I just said, okay, show me the way, show me the path. How can I empower this child? How can I step into this space with the right people to support him? And so that's a big difference. And so whenever you're feeling yourself fighting, you have to really observe, what is that motivation, right? What is it that's motivating me? Is it my ego's mind that wants things to be a certain way? Or am I stepping back and saying, okay, this is what Spirit's guiding me to do, to step in the direction of my desired outcome.
Right, right. And what is it that we're fighting for?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And always do all things in love. And
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And again, we have been reflecting on this particular deck. The center of every one of these goddesses, it's all coming back to that love, which is such a yin, energy. Is it's soft and it's nurturing and it's open and it's accepting and it's expansive, right? And our actions can be moving from that place versus any force. So,
I'm just listening to my poor little doggy in the background barking. If anybody else can hear him howling, he's okay. He's not well, but
yeah.
We I just enjoy these explorations and the different manifestations of how we can move in this world in love.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes we take a step back and we become the observer, we meditate, we assist others in their quest. And then sometimes we are, I would say forced, but we are led to lead the battle. We are led to come out and let's do this. It doesn't have to be any which way. It's just what you are called to do at the moment.
Mm-hmm.
And we don't all, and we don't all have to be that person that we can call on them and they will come to support us,
Yes.
with their gifts.
Absolutely.
We don't have to do it all.
and that's why we have community, right? And that's why we have this community of beautiful, amazing goddess women.
Looking forward to the time we can all be together in person.
Oh, and that will be coming sooner than we know.
I know.
We are feeling the call of that. It is definitely right here, just available to us, and we don't have to do anything. It's just coming. So keep an eye out, friends.
Yeah.
Well, dear Paige, thank you so much as always for some time and this exploration. And my heart is just expanded every time we have these sessions, because as I'm diving deeper into honoring my own divine feminine self, it's just such a joy. And I think each goddess or each divine feminine aspect that we rise into awareness of, it just opens my heart even more and even more. And so I'm so grateful to you, my friend. And we look forward to chatting again next week.
Yes.
Please let us know your thoughts here if you have any experiences in relation to this energy that we're talking about. We'd love to hear from you.
Right. If you're feeling called to fight a battle or defend something, call on your support system. We are here.
Yes, goddess.
Yes.